This is the clarinet two-part for the Prince medley. And in this track, I'm going to go through 1999 and Purple Rain. And for Baby I'm a Star, I'm going to tell you to just note that there's a couple places that your notes are different, but mostly your part is exactly the same as the first clarinet part for Baby I'm a Star. So I'm just going to ask you to look at the video for the first clarinet for Baby I'm a Star in order to practice along with. Okay, so I'm going to start with 1999, and I'm going to play probably, start at A, but then run through that riff a few times. I know you guys already know this one pretty well. So I'm going to start at letter A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc. until we get to D. That should all be about the same. So this is kind of a fun run to practice when you get to D. Remember that both your Fs are natural. And I'm just going to start with the two measures after D. 2, 3, 4. And that comes up again. And remember that the flutes, I believe, have that 16th note kind of riff right before you. So you're going to listen for that. 3, 4, rest. And I'm going to keep going. And then that riff continues until we get to a little bit after measure F, letter F, sorry. So I'm going to start at 79. I'm going to look at the dynamic markings there. So I'm going to start mezzo piano, crescendo to mezzo forte, come back down to mezzo piano with a slur through the whole thing. Looking ahead to see that little kind of cool little 16th riff is coming up at measure 85. So starting at 79 on the B natural. And then the next place it looks like we have new stuff is really coming down at letter I. So I think the only tricky thing about the little riff at I is simply that the rests following the 16th note look like they should be longer than they feel. And that's because the 16th note comes on the last little bit of the beat 3, right before, right? And the rest is on beat 4. So we have a rest on 1, a quarter note on 2, an eighth note on 3, and then if you think of the 3 as 3E and the 16th note comes on the of 3, and then the next rest is on beat 4 and then beat 1. So if I were going to count that out, I would go 2, 3, 4, rest, bum, 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 bum. Right, so those rests feel shorter than they look. So I'm just going to play through I once. 2, 3. And again, that's just by feel, more than by looking. It's easier by feel than by looking. So I'm looking ahead now to Purple Rain. We have a lot of rests. So we're going to come in after Q, after the sax solo, listening for the 8-bar section, and then there's going to be another 8-bar section, and we come in on the pickup as if it's at the very end of that 8-bar section. So this is almost identical to the first clarinet part. The only thing I believe that's different is when we get to the second ending both times through. So in the second ending, what I want you to look ahead for there is we've got what looks like different rhythms but are the same. So we've got a dotted eighth followed by a 16th tied to an eighth, right? And that equals a dotted eighth, followed by an eighth tied to a 16th, and that also equals a dotted eighth. So really we've got essentially 4 dotted eighths in a row. And we're gonna be dividing 3 beats into 4 pieces. So, and then followed by the da-da-dum, right? That's on beat 4. So if we're gonna go along with a steady beat at 2, bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum, right? It's kind of a cool feel. So look ahead, notice that that's coming, and I'm going to start right at the end of measure 184. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. This is the first ending. 2, 3, 4. So really, I'm going to go ahead and just play the second ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops! I'm going to try that again. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum. I'll do that again with the right notes. Okay, that's the second ending. We'll come up with that again. I'm going to go through S, and I'm going to go through it twice so that we get the first ending and then the second ending. So I played a wrong note in there, but I'm going to let you be the ones to fix that. I bet you'll do it right at that point. Hopefully that rhythm of the four dotted eighth notes in a row is helpful to go through for you. So listen to the clarinet 1 part for practicing on the final one on Baby I'm a Star. Great. Hope to see you soon.